pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Ball State Cardinals. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And now we'll get a look at this offense for the first time today. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
So just how aggressive can they afford to be as they snap it on 2nd and long from the 13? Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. No huddle offense to the line.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
2nd down coming up. Wide out in motion. Quick strike complete. At the 45 on its way. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Gets it out quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And tackled there by the defense. They need 7 more yards to reach the end zone. It's 2nd and goal. On the move. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown run.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinals offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Back to throw, it's Kelly. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Picks up the first down, still moving. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice.
And it's in there for a touchdown. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And those outside linebackers nowadays are so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Cardinals will call on their punt team. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. See if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter.
Okay, ready? Lion. 325.
He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
On third down, going up top. It's caught downfield. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Got it.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They Gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Running back goes in motion. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flips it out in the flat. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
How do I make the defense defend multiple plays? Really nice job running the RPO. The pass threat, you could tell, softened them up a little bit. Now you hand the football off, and you get the big 3rd down conversion.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read, read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Finds him out of the backfield. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They've gotten nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air, it's Kelly. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Off he goes. He's at the sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a
offside
flag on
defense.
the field. Caught the defense offside. That penalty obviously will be declined, and the touchdown stands. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The Black Knights have been counterpunching, but I think everybody in the stadium knows this one could go either way. They're up by 7 over Army. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. He'll toss it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called it.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Complete downfield. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit. forcing that incompletion.
He's going to pass on second down. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they are going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Swings it out to his running back. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. A lot of urgency for this offense. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Using the quick game. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on third and long. It's complete to the left. And he's running in the open. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Kelly. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Trying to find his man on first down. Coming after it. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Huntsville. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to our team at Elliott T. Bowers Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Cardinals will send out the punt unit. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. First play of the drive comes from the 38. On the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. On the option. He'll do it himself. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Got his man quickly. Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Gets open down the middle. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24. And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback checking the play. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Swings it out to the flat. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away.
Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football.
Offense getting set for first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Leaves it with the running back. Tackled after picking up the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
42.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Go straight ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
The trickeration goes awry, and it'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Kick is good. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They want to run this quarterback. Got the first down, looking for more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. And if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.